Good afternoon, Atlanta. Thank you so much for being here. Give it up one more time for the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you all so much for being here. The message today is simple, Georgia. The polls are open, and it is time to vote. It is time to vote like we have never voted before, Georgia. See, for the first time in 4 years, we're feeling hope in our hearts. He may not know it yet, but Donald Trump is leaving. Georgia sent Donald Trump packing. And now we're feeling hope in our hearts because for the first time in 4 years, we have the opportunity to define the next chapter in American history. And it's Georgia that has the power. It's Georgia voters who have the power to write the next chapter in American history. And Georgia voters are standing up for health, jobs, and justice for the people. Health, jobs, and justice for the people. Think about how far we've come, Georgia. Think about how far the American South has come. Our great state is the most competitive battleground state in this great country. We did that. All of you did that. Stacey Abrams did that. All of the activists and volunteers who have registered voters and organized and mobilized people did that. Georgia is the most competitive battleground state in this country. And with these 2 Senate runoff elections to determine control of the United States Senate, you got the young Jewish son of an immigrant, mentored by John Lewis, running alongside a black preacher who holds Dr. King's pulpit at Ebenezer Baptist Church, who pastored John Lewis, helping to lead this movement for health, jobs, and justice for the people. Health, jobs, and justice. Let's talk about health. We've lost more than 300,000 Americans to this virus. A virus our Senator David Perdue told us was no deadlier than the common flu while he was buying up shares in manufacturers of vaccines and medical equipment. Our lives have been torn apart. Millions have lost jobs and homes and livelihoods and business. We need to empower Georgia's Centers for Disease Control and doctors and scientists across this country to beat this virus, get our daily lives back, and save lives, and Georgia has the power to do that. Georgia has the power to do that. Let's talk about health. Even before this virus, 2 million Georgians lacked health insurance. Half of our counties have no OBGYN doctor. Maternal mortality for black women in Georgia is as high as it is for women in Iraq. We've lost 9 rural hospitals in 10 years. People are suffering in this state unnecessarily, dying in this state unnecessarily. We're going to get out and vote Georgia because we believe that health care is a human right and not just a privilege for those who can afford it. We believe that every single family in this state deserves the best health care in the world. We believe that a lack of wealth should never prevent us from getting the care that we need. Georgia is standing up for the health of the people. Health, jobs, and justice. Let's talk about jobs. How is it that right now, in the midst of this crisis, our senators are not at work passing direct economic relief for the American people and support for small businesses? David and Kelly should be in Washington delivering $1,200 checks for every single Georgian and $500 for every child in this state because people are hurting and we need help now. And once we get this direct economic relief to the people, Georgia, we can pass the most ambitious infrastructure, jobs, and clean energy program in American history. We can create tens of thousands of jobs across this state. We can make America the #1 producer of clean energy in the world, and Georgia the #1 producer of clean energy in the American South. We can do these things to create good-paying jobs for the people. We can raise the minimum wage to $15. We can put small businesses first and not just corporate lobbyists in Washington. We can deliver health and jobs for the people. Now let's talk about justice. Let's talk about justice, Georgia. When a young black man named Ahmaud Arbery in Glenn County, Georgia, is shot to death in broad daylight in the street on camera, and local authorities look the other way, that makes a mockery of equal protection under the law. And so, Georgia, we have the power to pass a new Civil Rights Act that will guarantee equal justice for all, no matter our race and no matter our class, that will end brutality and racial profiling. And we have the power, Georgia, to pass a new Voting Rights Act that will end voter suppression and secure the franchise for all people in this country. We have the power, Georgia, to stand up for health and jobs and justice for the people, for all the people. We have the power. So, Georgia, not for my sake, not for the glory of any political party, but for our community, for our state, for our country, I'm asking you to work. I'm asking you to mobilize. I'm asking you to knock on doors and make phone calls. I'm asking you to get everybody you know out to the polls these next few weeks, because so much is riding on this. We are joined today by the President-elect of the United States. We are welcoming Joe Biden to Georgia, but Georgia, we need to do right by Joe Biden. We need to make sure Joe Biden can pass his agenda, because if Mitch McConnell controls the Senate, they're going to try to do to Joe and Kamala just like they tried to do to President Obama. They will block the COVID relief that we need. They will block the $15 minimum wage. They will block the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act that we need. They will block affordable health care. We can't let that happen, Georgia. We have too much good work to do. So thank you for everything that you're doing to get out the vote. Let's put in the work these next few weeks to win these 2 elections. Let's send 2 new United States senators to Washington. I'm honored to run alongside Reverend Raphael Warnock. Thank you so much, Georgia, for everything. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get out the vote. Thank you.